bet it's a bullet gonna get the last laugh.
This person says, Moonsault, Tekken 8, a big problem that no one is talking about. The lack of staging in its reveal trailers. Everything they showed in the trailers are moves, intros, outros that are already in the game, compared to Negan's trailer where they reenacted a scene in the show. You remember when they were doing the weekly trailers and all of the trailers followed the same format? And people were talking about how it's boring. It's boring looking at the same trailer over and over and over. A lot of people were saying to that, you guys need to be more fair to the developers. They're putting these trailers out so fast, they don't have time to put all the time and effort and make them super unique. And everyone was like, okay, fair. Let's look at the start of all of this, right? This is the Asuka trailer, and let's just look at how similar this Asuka trailer is. We're going to look at the Anna trailer because that's the most recent one. But you see with the Asuka trailer, right? So they have this thing here where they show like the stage, they show Asuka, she's like flexing or whatnot, she says her little intro quote or whatever, and then they show this section. They show the section where they show the character, whatnot, right? But then after that, they show another intro, right? Another intro, and then they show gameplay. And then about halfway through the trailer, they show another intro, and then they show the heat elements of that trailer, right? So this is going to be heat. And then when you get to the end of it, they show slow-mo rage art, right? And then outro at the end. And then that's the format of the trailer. Now let's see how, because everyone said, oh, they're just doing that for the base roster. That's just base roster. Now let's look at what they did for Anna. And you'll see where I'm going with this when we start comparing it to Tekken 7. This is Lydia's trailer, and you can see it's basically the same exact thing. Same shot, you show a random shot of the stage, just like they did with Asuka, and then you show intro, just like they did with Asuka. They cut to this thing, right? And then after that, another intro, just like with Asuka, and then they show gameplay, and then they show another intro, and then now you're in the heat element of the trailer. And do they even do the slow-mo rage art thing? Slow-mo rage art every trailer, and then end it with an outro. So this is Anna, once again, same shot of the stage, intro, this thing, another intro right here, and then you have the gameplay, and then you have another intro, heat elements of it, and then are they going to do the same slow-mo rage art? Same slow-mo rage art. And then they finish it with an outro once again. Now, this is super generic and repetitive, and looking at it, it's obvious to tell. And the question that people are asking is like, why are they doing it this way? Now, I'm going to show you the same exact thing, but for Tekken 7 trailers. So first, let's start off with, I think the oldest trailer I have saved on my computer is Armor King. So we'll look at Armor King. Look at Armor King's trailer. Look at how different and dynamic these trailers are, right? So it starts off with Marduk. This is the character that they revealed previously, right? And then you have Armor King running in. So this is kind of similar to Tekken 7. This is the intro, right? But then after the intro, they then go into the card there. So that's similar to Tekken 8 as well, right? And then they show gameplay of Marduk, right? Or of Armor King. But see, here's the thing as well that they did that was interesting about Tekken 7. They have these things here where they cut to this like dynamic angle of the camera. Like that's unique. They have this tackle here, right? Like, look at the cinematic uniqueness of this. Even though it is repetitive, just look at how they tried to break it up with some of those off angles. So far, it looks pretty similar to Tekken 8. And you would think like, oh, why are you guys complaining, right? He even does the outro at the end. So this is the Julian and Negan trailer. Look at this cinematic moment right here. Let's see what they're saying.
What's the situation with G-Corp and the Zaibatsu?
Don't ask me for shit!
That's the point that people were talking about with these trailers, is like how the trailers of Tekken 7 just went above and beyond in different ways to like give it a little bit more flair. So Gary trailer starts off with Julia. Just look at this UI that they created specifically for this trailer, right? You have the Julia profile thing up there, reforestation. You have this like, it's basically like her stream. You can see total donations amount 11 million. She's rich. Views 8 million. Likes 4 million. So you can see that they created this whole thing just to play into the idea of like Julia being a streamer, and you can see how successful her stream is. But once again, this is just how above and beyond the trailers went in Tekken 7. But then when you go a little bit further, keep in mind this is about Ganri, right? So now she's playing the next video, which is Ganryu. So when you talk about how they, in Tekken 7, they just used the intros and outros, look at this special cinematic cutscene that they created specifically for Ganryu's trailer. Look at this.
気のせいか？他の発表に比べて声援が少ないような気がするでごわす。せっかく遠路はるばるタイのバンコクまで来たというのに感激でごわす。
See, like, this trailer is fire. Like, this is something that they don't do with Tekken 8. Like, that little element make this trailer so much more amazing, and it's a memorable one, right? But with the Tekken 8 trailers, you lose that. You lose that special cinematic moment there that just shows you a lot about the character and what they have to offer. Because they also have like the gameplay and stuff mixed in as well, right? It's similar, but they did more there, you know. And then also you have this ending part here.
いやー、熱い試合だったでごわす。よければチャンネル登録もよろしくでごわす。
My stream's getting locked up.
Stream is over. Stream is over.
Even the Geese trailer was insane.
誰じゃ？
This was dope.
Mishima, the world is too big for you to control. Leave it all to me. You can just die.
The Clive trailer had nothing like that, bro. And then it cuts to black with this. That's a trailer, bro.
Bring it on. I'll destroy you all.
Even this part. Dope. Fire. Come on, bro. Predictable. Like, there's people who is just noticing the huge dip in quality of the Tekken 8 trailers. When I was showing you guys the Tekken 8 trailer, I didn't even stop to watch it because it was so repetitive and boring. And the fact that we're sitting here like actually appreciating this Geese Howard Rage Art or trailer is the exact point. It's so different from the Ganryu trailer, from the Armor King trailer. Like, it's different. And in my opinion, this one's good. This one's good, but it's not even the best one. But when you just look at Fakuram's trailer, even look at this part, right? So Marduk notices that all of these soldiers are there, and he's like, wait, what's going on, right? And they surround him, and then they're going to drop Fakuram from the sky. It's so unique. And these trailers had so much, like, it was different. If you think about how they revealed Fakuram for Tekken 8, they just showed the storm a little bit and they dropped it from the sky. There's no type of build up like this. There's no type of like effort to this level. Like, it doesn't even matter who the character is. It's just the effort is what we're talking about. And I don't know why the effort has dipped. I don't know why the effort and the quality of the trailers has dipped from 7 to 8, because we know with Tekken 8 they have a much bigger budget. They have a bigger budget than Tekken 7 ever had. So why did the trailer quality dip? This part's crazy. Look how tall Fakuram is, and then it cuts to him tiny. That never gets old. That never gets old, right? But this trailer for Lydia was insane. So it starts off with the establishing shot, and think about this, right? At this time we didn't know nothing about Lydia, so seeing her doing this real martial arts, everyone was like, what? This isn't just a normal intro. This isn't just like some cutscene intro of her saying, like, you know, okay, I'm gonna give myself a chance. This is like a whole cinematic that they choreographed specifically for this. I remember the first time seeing this, bro, and my jaw was on the floor. You have her fighting against Brian, Dragunov, and Miguel, and she's going toe to toe. We've never seen something like this for Tekken, and they're cooking. This trailer, look at this. She's gonna punch him. Oh my God. This trailer was insane. But then look at how it cuts into gameplay, right? So she goes back into her karate pose, and then it fades, and then now it's going to bring up her stage. You have Lee sitting there. Look at the dynamic uniqueness of this. Now they have the normal intros, right? And then now you're in the real gameplay. So Face the Black once more, and then it has her doing her pose. She senses Jin Kazama. He's covered in that dark aura, that purple energy. And then the battle's on once more. Look at this transition. Woo! That transition is the coldest thing I ever seen, bro. And we gotta run it back. Listen to this. That's absurd, bro. Nothing like this in Tekken 8. In Kunimitsu trailer, they have this part here where it's like, this is the bottom of the stage and it goes up the stairs. It's kind of like a Mortal Kombat type thing. This is what it gives. It gives like the going into the crypt type of vibe. But then you open up into the beautiful stage. It shows you all around. Look at how dynamic the camera movement is here versus in Tekken 7 or Tekken 8, what we've seen, where it was just a stiff shot of the screen, right? But then you have this, once again, a custom cinematic of Kunimitsu versus Raven. It feels like Tekken 7 is the newer game with how much they're trying with their trailers. I don't get it. Like, that's the thing. Like, you could rewatch these trailers and relive the glory days. Like, there's nostalgia with these trailers. Listen to this part. Come on, bro. That's fire. Tekken 7 trailers completely destroyed. Look at that. Bro, when I first seen this, because you know I'm a Yoshimitsu fanboy. When I seen Kunimitsu jump in the sky, because this is before we got a chance to play her. This is just visuals, right? So when I seen her jump in the sky, throw the daggers, and then Yoshimitsu knock it to the ground, I was like, bro, what? I was going crazy. And I just had so many different type of reactions like this to each of the trailers, and it's not even for my character, right? It's not just because it's Yoshimitsu and Kunimitsu. I have the same type of feeling for Geese, for Negan, for Ganryu, for all of them, and it's because the trailers are hype. That's the point. The trailers were fire, and now it's so generic and repetitive. And once again, what happened to where the quality dipped down? Why did the quality dip? Look at this. If I was a non-fighting game player and I seen Kunimitsu's trailer, I would want to buy the game too. And that's what Tekken 8 is missing. If you see one of the Tekken 8 trailers, it doesn't have that same oomph to it. And the chances of you being blown away and wanting to get in on the action, I mean, I don't know.